Ooh, the tea. Y'all know how I have a trash bag brother who's a complete scumbag. I'm debating whether I want to out him or not, because I know a lot of people personally know him and should probably hear about how much of a scumbag he really is, because he's a giant piece of shit. And I know he follows me on social media because he knows my business. So, hey, I know what you did, and everyone else about to know. I'm just debating whether I want to be a good human or not. I'm both. Do it. I don't know if they're going to do everybody at one time.
Right.
But if we have a bunch of different places,
where it's gonna
I don't know if it's going to take place where we are or where they are. Mm-hmm. We're not sure. Our attorney has been digging through there because he needs to find proof of defamation on all 6 people. Five. On 5 people that we obviously already know, and they've been linked. And he finally emailed you Friday.
We talked
Thursday, and said that he found the last 2 missing people's defamation, and they actually this weekend completely and utterly defamed us. So they're done. So every single time something like this happens, our police department, we need to make a police report. So we've made like 5 police reports this weekend, because every time something like this happens, whether it be stalking, whether it be defamatory, whether it be slander, or whether it be something like this sexual exploitation thing that they're trying to make me, we need to have a police report so that when we go to court, we just have it's not just go on this website and look, because we're not even going to just have that. They're going to show that we were very serious about it by placing police reports for everything that now my attorney has. So, correct, Dana. It's the same in South Carolina.
It's the same in New Jersey as well. South Carolina and New Jersey.
So, Christina, we have not been able to figure it out. They say we lie, when we can talk about that shortly. They say that we scam people. I don't know. It's a bunch. Okay, and I'll explain this because this is another thing that we need to get into. So we do know that one of the people, and this is a new one of the people is my brother. And now my brother is airing out dirty laundry from our personal family stuff from like 30 plus years ago. That has no effect on me, my mom, or my dad. Now, my brother stopped talking to Matt and I
right after we
had MJ, right? Mm-hmm. So it's been on and off since we got married. But then right after MJ, so MJ's 11, so I'd say in like 10 years, 9 to 10 years, we tried to keep the peace with him because my mom is very, very family oriented and said, please, for the love of all things, just talk to him. But there was one Thanksgiving where my dad had enough because we were sitting at the table, and I'll never forget it. It was we went on a vacation in August to Myrtle Beach. Mm-hmm. Did we ask to borrow a car or something? We ask to borrow a car and he lost his shit? I don't remember.
He lost his shit because we only had one car.
We only had one car.
We went to breakfast early with them, but MJ was still sleeping because he was a baby.
Yeah. Right.
We came back with the car so you guys could go to breakfast.
Yeah. Oh. Apparently they came back with the car so that we could go and have breakfast because MJ was sleeping, and he lost his crap and said basically my mom was favoring me over him, blah, 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 and he left the vacation. Okay? Straight up bailed on the vacation. We have never spoken to him since, personally. My mom did for a little bit until he cut her off, but then she was still allowed to see her grandchildren via FaceTime. So, it was FaceTime, wasn't it? Or was it like a Zoom? I don't remember. FaceTime. It was FaceTime. And then about how many years ago? 7. She knows, she counts because they're her grandkids. 7 years ago, he completely cut her off. He sent back the key to her house. He was doing, my mom would send like gifts. He would send them back. My mom tried emailing the kids. My mom tried every form of contact. And then he kind of just disappeared off the planet. And it was great because it was good for all of us. We started getting calls from police departments, credit collectors, debt collectors for him. And finally, it's probably maybe a year ago at this point. No, it was September. It was September. It was September. when the whole grandma thing happened. So it was September. We got a call from a courthouse or somebody. Who was it? A court? Because my mom got the same call.
Courts in New Jersey.
Courts in New Jersey asking for my brother. I finally said, for the love, stop calling me. I don't speak to him. I really wish I had the information to send to you, because I would 1000% give you the information happily, because he is not a good human, but I don't have it. So I'm sorry.
Shopper, do you know?
What?
Shopper.
Amy. Oh, Amy. So Amy, here's the situation really quickly. I'm not comfortable telling people where I live. Not the state, not anywhere. I could be living in China right now. I don't know. I'm just making something up. And I appreciate your help, but I'm not comfortable sharing where we live, because creepy people exist. But anyway, and I appreciate you trying to help. I do. But let's continue with my brother. So we kept getting these calls, and it turns out he was stealing money from my grandma, and my mom found out, obviously, because my grandmother told my mom. And they changed, I guess, the power of attorney back over to my mom, and that just made he tricked my grandma into signing the power of attorney over to him. That's what happened, okay? And then he stole her money. He was supposed to take the money and pay for a plot of, for her to be buried and to buy a wheelchair.
And it's funny, because I want to say this on there. They say, oh, he's a good guy.
Well, that's what I was going to get to after. So he stole all that money from my grandma. My grandma realized when she tried to call the plot place and didn't have a wheelchair, then re-signed the power of attorney back over to my mom. My grandma is just not in the right mind, okay? She hasn't been for a while. She's old. How old is she? She's in her 85, okay? So anyway, long story short, my mom has the power of attorney, and that angered him so bad. And my grandma called with my mom on three-way, and my mom had it out with him, and she hadn't talked to him in 7 years. And he was just so not receptive and so angry that my mom found out, and he has been on a rampage ever since. So now these creepy people have located each other, my brother and one of these creeps, one of these people is somebody's spouse of somebody who worked with Matt in New Jersey that long ago.
Correct.
Okay. And they made contact, and they're saying that he is a great person. And I'll tell you what, the information that he is providing, it's exactly like the video. They take the information and he's taking the bits and parts out of it, and it's like a sick game of telephone and fitting it into his twisted narrative. By saying my dad wasn't allowed to speak Spanish in the house. My grandparents do not speak English. How the hell do you think we communicated with? How do you think he communicated with them? Okay? So again, these are the things that we're twisting here, okay? So while 100% of it was said, maybe 2% of it was true, but probably twisted. So I'm just going to put that into your head. So if he's trying to claim that he knows all of this stuff, I'm comfortable saying this. He has been exiled from my life for about 10 years now. My mom and dad have been exiled from his life. They didn't want him gone. I wanted him gone, but they didn't want him gone. So let's not get that twisted either. They exiled my mom and dad 7 years ago. So basically, when I first started the business, they know nothing about us. They know nothing about our business. They know nothing about my children. And I'm just going to say this, and it's absolutely disgusting to say.
Are you going to say it or not?
It's so disgusting to say, but this is the type of person that we're dealing with here. He's never met Grayson, and he had the nerve to call my uncle and tell my uncle that Grayson, and this word will never, ever leave my mouth ever again, because this is not something we say. He had the nerve to call Grayson. I feel so bad saying it.
I don't even think you like
the R word, retarded. Okay? Immediately, no. That is not a word we use. That is not a word that is appropriate to say ever, okay? And it is not an accurate depiction of Grayson at all. So just to shed a little light on the human that these people are taking information from, is somebody who would say that about an 8-year-old. Somebody that would steal money from their grandmother. Somebody that's running from debt collectors and a court somewhere. I don't know if he's still running. I haven't gotten a call. My dad got a call when we were on the cruise, but I haven't gotten a call since because I told him to stop calling me. Oh yeah, he wants my mom dead also, by the way, but that's besides the point. Okay, so cross off DSS, cross off brother. Okay? It is, Colleen, and that's why it was so hard for me to say, because I am not that person, right? I don't say that. So let's talk about, well, somebody mentioned moving. So it's no secret that